Okay. Hi guys. I am sorry for being late. Shall we say? Um, I unfortunately did have a rather important phone call I had to take this morning, so I am just a bit behind. As you can tell, obviously, because it is now, what time is it? It's now 11:30 my time, and just starting now, so I will go a little bit longer if possible, depending on what goes on. For those of you who just absolutely have to know, I'm not telling you. No, I'm kidding. For those wondering, I believe I have mentioned. Wow, that's loud. How much louder than me is that? That's. There we go. I'll turn that down just a bit more. That looks acceptable. Anyway, for those of you who have to know, not have to know, but I want you guys to know, the phone call was about the insurance payout for my time missed at work so far. Basically, it's been approved, but they want to go back to when I was initially put on light duty. I'm just going to go ahead and swap us over to the game. What's if I turn it on? Turn on the capture I need for it. There we go. And that, so even though I won't get paid for those days that I was on light duty before the surgery, I will definitely be getting paid for the days that I've missed because of my surgery. So, and then for those who were here on, I believe it was Sunday, I had that impromptu stream with. I went to the ER after that and spent a few hours in there, roughly 4, and then I spent 6 hours there yesterday. Well, no, I take that back. I spent about 5 hours there and half an hour at my doctor's office. I got staples removed as I was saying I was going to, and then sorry, my brain blanked. I'm going to level some more is what I'm doing right now. But anyway, he pulled out all but 2 of the staples, and apparently he saw where the drainage was coming from. With the exception of one little spot in the actual navel, everything's healing wonderful. And that it's just that one little spot that, because of the way the body works, it's pushing out. It's called a seroma. Basically, it's just a pocket of fluid. It's pushing the fluid out through that little spot. Otherwise, it's all healed just fine. And in fact, that, I guess, is healing to a degree itself. But it's he left 2 staples in there to control it, so it wouldn't just, for anybody who's ever popped a, pretty bad zits, you probably remember the grossness and whatever. Similar concept. But yesterday the ER tried to drain it. Zit analogy still in use. They couldn't drain it with the needle like they wanted to, but when they were trying to bandage it up, they put a little bit of pressure and poof. So they drained a good portion of it. It is not bleeding anywhere near as much. But I am on an additional 10 days out from returning to work. So all of that's situated and covered, thankfully. And so now I just have to wait for my insurance company to get back to me. And I've got other stuff going on that, this is a little bit of a unclench moment. Apparently Alcade likes food just like I do, although I don't remember ever having Peking duck. That being said, that's what's going on in my life as of the last 48 hours. So, ouch. So that's what's going on in my life as of the last 48 hours. In other news, I found the power cord to my PS3, so it's been factory reset. Kind of felt a little crappy afterwards for doing it, but at the same time, I don't know why. Yes, there's all the game data and all my other stuff on there, but I haven't touched it in the better part of at least 3 years, maybe longer. And so I'm resetting it, including all 3 controllers, couple games, and everything else. I'm going to sell it off, and I hope whoever gets it that's actually going to play it will get some enjoyment out of it like I used to. And so, yeah. I'm not counting on it selling right away, unlike the other stuff I've put up, which sold like immediately, because I have a Bluetooth headset that's up for sale, and that I used to use for my computer, but because it's Bluetooth and whatever, yeah. So I have I have that up for sale. It's not gone. There's a couple other things I'm going to try to start putting up, but the important thing for me is I've got the money, cash on hand, to go do what I need to for my license. Speaking of which, my license, not my license, my proof of completion has arrived in the mail finally, about 2 weeks after it was supposed to, because I should have had it the day after my surgery, and it's been 12 days now. So, but I have that because I need that to do my licensing. And so now that I have that in hand, I can go ahead and try to work on getting some other stuff done. If my PS3 sells, that will cover the cost for the thing with the registry, plus passport photos. I might as well get proper passport photos done because I need to get my permanent residency card renewed. I don't need it per se, because my status stays. But it would be nice to have it until I have my citizenship, because at that point, I mean, really nothing changes except I can go and get a Canadian passport in addition to my U.S. passport. And then I can see about surrendering my U.S. citizenship at some point. Anyway, we'll not get into that right now. Oh, I should probably turn on my text-to-speech so that way if somebody appears, I'm not leaving you hanging in the chat. So, alrighty, and it looks like my moderators are not in there for some reason, but whatever. Okay, so that's what's going on in my life. I apologize for the drawn out from getting logged in and all that other stuff, but, you know. That being said, as you may have seen, it's time to get serious. We actually are going to get a little bit serious. We are going to go do 1 dungeon to level, because if I'm not mistaken, we faced Hiragi already. Memoir. Entrance today. Yeah, so we defeated Hiragi. Our next match will be coming up shortly, and they are level 70-ish, I believe. And then Sirius is level 80-something. So while we do have more dungeons to run still, might as well go ahead and try to get a little bit of a, leg up on Sirius and his team. But, so we're taking, because Adelie is at a hospital away from her system, which I thought the systems, you could take them anywhere, but maybe I'm misunderstanding the concept of them. She's at the, she is in the hospital for her Dahl syndrome. We are taking Gaspard and Alcade, and we're going to, of course, have Haseo with us, and we are going to go see about beating up some monsters. Everything is looking good. And we'll head off somewhere now. So, where do we want to start? Because it says the monsters... I don't think I've done one of these for you guys yet. So we'll do one of these, for sure. Don't want to do too strong, but at the same time don't want it to be not strong enough. I don't know why I'm rolling through this, because the only thing it's going to do is change the treasure level, I believe, and the element. So let's do this one, and then this is what will actually change the number as far as the dungeon goes. Let's see if we can get something with a relatively low number but a high treasure level. In-laws, slacker, exile. Metal doll. And certain things do have certain effects, but I don't think we need to worry about some of them. I know roughly, if I have them, I know which ones do what. So I will be weary of it, but I don't think, in reality, I have anything that's going to be super helpful available to me at the moment. Nope, it looks like the best we're going to do is a 75 with, I believe it was a 77 or 78 treasure. And of course the treasure pretty much just dictates, could try that one, but without a healer I'm a little, we'll do this one then. So, hold on a second here. Alrighty, so it looks like what we're going to be doing is we're going to go to Theta, Wailing Wrath Eradication to level. Because yes, it's level 76, but that's roughly the best I think we're going to get. Plus, I do have a crap ton of healing items, so if need be, instead of attacking, I can leave that all up to these two, Gaspard and Alcade, and they can fight everything. Do you see the Demon Palace final tournament match the other day? And it was more than the other day, lady, but I'm scared. I think I'll get after all. This poor guy had, for those of you who don't remember, this poor guy had the issue during the AIDA server incident, in which his friend was PK'd and didn't return, at least not until after the server was dismantled by Hiseo. So. Alrighty, so and I don't remember if I mentioned this last week. I don't remember if I mentioned this last week when I played this, but I did finally get 100%. I finally went through, might as well take a recovery set. Don't need the sodas, but I went through all the stuff, and we managed to get, I managed to get 100% completion for the game. So I'm very happy with that. I will be using that data for when I carry over to Volume 4, but I will be using the data from my, why did I think I just had to walk into them? I will be using the other information from the end of Volume 2 to do Volume 3. Hello, Delfnir and Dargan. Happy to have you both with me today. I hope, well, I know how Dargan's doing, but I hope you're doing well, Fix It.
Dragon _up_ rampage said 3.
Yeah, I when I was turning off my camera because Roger came down, and I don't think he was very clearly visible, but still, you know, I saw you guys were here, so. Help me! Stay out of my way! Yeah, you too. So. But, you know, in spite of the fact that I have everything for this game done, I will still be playing the other version that I will be... Oh, Scythe Hook.
Dragon _up_ rampage said need to get you a green screen LOL.
I need to get myself situated with a lot of stuff, to be perfectly honest. And depending on what happens, I will be more than happy to try to do that. Especially if I decide to do the job hunting that I'm going to do, which I am going to do, and I manage to land something that pays more, pays better. I hate trapdoors. That was the same code I had to enter to reconnect my controller. Anyway, I will be doing lots of stuff. You know, fingers crossed. But that being said, you know, right now I have to take things as it are. Yeah, as it is, as it are, whatever.
Underscore Rampage said yay, love.
Because I just, in all honesty, I kind of had it with working for Buy More. And for those of you who don't know what company that is, once I'm no longer there, I will be more than happy to tell you. But because I don't, it's not that I don't necessarily trust people, it's that there are a lot of certain kinds of people that I know I upset, sometimes purposefully so. And so, while I have nothing against the company itself, my warehouse specifically is a problem. But don't worry, for those of you who know me, follow me, whatever, I'll be naming and shaming once I leave their employment. Because at that point, I will be free of their bullcrap, and they can bite me. Anyhow, on to more nice stuff, I guess. But anyway, I've just grown tired of their stuff and the way that basically things were handled, said, whatever you want to call it here. When I went in yesterday to hand in my, you need to be off for an additional 10 days because of your drainage. We don't necessarily want you, we don't want you bleeding. We don't want you to develop an infection, blah, blah, blah. The way it was kind of met with kind of like, by my immediate manager, speaks volumes. But then again, I make no qualms, have no qualms, whatever, about the fact that I do not like her. Oh, I have auto guard on this weapon, I think. That's why I was trying to think, what the hell am I doing? But if it's auto guard. The white marker scrolls past a target gauge from left to right. Press A to stop the marker. The closer the cursor is stopped near the center of the gauge, the greater the attack unleashed. If the marker is stopped in one of the 3 center bars, you will get a perfect hit bonus. So, and the big thing is as you can see between Alcade and Gaspard, it gives me perfect hit bonus has been activated. Press the buttons as fast as you can for the moment. No, for the amount of time you require for the perfect gauge. Hit bonus on the target gauge. Anyway, so because it's a Steam controller, I can just whatever. Anyhow, that being said, the gauges will determine what your attack is. That now, as I'm aware, he has 3 different attacks. He has this attack, which you get for getting in the 3 bars. He has Hellfire Quake, and then he has, I believe it's called Sword Art, and that is the weakest one. And that is if you only get 2 purples to assist in your bonus. So. But anyway, that's all aside. Or as in, whatever. I know at some point today I need to try to get to work because, unfortunately, that's my pharmacy. And I need to pick up my antibiotic to take. So, depending on what happens with hubby, how he feels, and that will determine when I get to go there. Oh, yeah. And do that. So. And for those of you just joining me today, wondering why there is smooth jazz playing in the background instead of the actual soundtrack for this game, it is just because I am trying this as a way to avoid having to deal with the small and minute. Do this first. And the small and minute, whatever you want to call it here, with the 2 or 3 minutes of music claims that seem to get hit on my live stream. And this way I can think of it this way, I'm experimenting more for when I actually have videos to put up. So, and right now I am actually, I think this place or this channel that I'm streaming from, I think they do have it's background music that is copyrighted, but I do have a couple other places that I know are not copyrighted. So, And basically the music is just on so that way if I don't feel like running my mouth, it's not dead quiet. This is a lot easier when I have AIDA with me, which kind of sucks that I won't get another heal. You don't get another healer in this game until pretty much you're done with it, and you rescue someone.
Dragon_of_rampage said I don't actually hear it.
Oh, I must have it turned down enough that you can't hear it. So maybe I will just go ahead and swap out to a different channel, one that I know is back. That is whatever, and as usual, my go-to guy is Lo-Fi Geek, as I call him, as his channel's called. I go to him always for my stuff, and I am glad that I actually have some people in the chat, so that way they can help me.
Dragon_of_rampage said, "Oh, now I hear it."
Yeah, that I just swapped over to him, so this is his Japanese aesthetic channel, and then he has a couple different ones, mostly with strong Asian influences in them, but he's also got like a cosmic spaceway or cosmic subway lo-fi and all that, and yeah, so I greatly enjoy his music a lot. Anyhow. Uh-oh. Don't you dare die, Arcade. Uh-oh. Oh, she has. Okay, well, that is my fault. Okay. I do have... Where are they? Should. Revival medicine. I guess I need to buy some more stuff if I'm going to act as our impromptu healer. Or de facto healer. Whatever you want to call it. So, I should be doing a much better job. Oh. She does not do well against magic enemies, apparently. So. Which I shouldn't be surprised, in all honesty. Potion. It's not until just now that I realize how much I have been dependent on having AIDA with me in non-story dungeons. Like, I've been very, very dependent on AIDA and her healing to save my backside. Alright, try not to die. I'll save the morale gauge for the next fight. Dang blasted Gaspard, what did I just say? Oh, weapon level up. Finlay and Lazaz. So that's his holy elemental attack. And yeah. Sprite Rain. I am going to have to buy some more items, apparently. Okay, let's see what I've got a couple items. Let's see what my current stuff is. 51. Scythe Hook. Okay, I can put that on. That will help. Subgear. That's level 1. Oh, Sheath. What equipment do I have? Looks like Ill Needle would work. Oh, Wrath Indigo, that will work. She can have that. And then she needs... I know she... No, okay. I think she wears the same kind of equipment I do, but she does not. So, let's do... Feeble Guardian, and... Can't equip that yet. Can't equip that. She can equip that. I don't like giving the single element things, though. Alicia. I'll have to think about that one, I guess. And Gaspard, do I have anything for you at the moment? It looks like I do not. Well, I have the equipment, thankfully, which I can give you, and I just need to put shit in it. Okay, so... And she's set, and he's got a Brave Light Bulb. So... Oh, no, that's my stuff. Never mind. What the hell am I doing? Almost level 70, so they can equip some other stuff I have, so I'll just keep going. But yes, so that was my good news today with, you know, insurance and all other stuff. Like I said, I'm hoping everybody's feeling well. I know, you know, at least one person isn't. Hoping you get better. Don't have a whole lot of else to really talk about because there's so little going on in my day-to-day stuff right now. Excuse me, that it's a little bit... I did not put anything in this. That's alright, I'll just use this. I was going to say, I did not put anything in my scythe for the sale, so I will need to do that. So I'll just miss the center part, but this... Yeah, plasma blade. So I don't get to do the bonus, and this all whatever. You know what, dude? Your mother. How's that? Your mother too. But something I was trying to say earlier that I lost my train of thought on, I will be going back and playing through the other data that I was talking about for Volume 3, the stuff that I've got like maxed out to whatever, because apparently there are, or at least for Hiseo, there's a limit to his weapon skills. That limit is 30. After that, you get what they call the level 3 skill, and then that's it. And I only have that for his dual sword, which I guess makes sense. It's his first weapon. And so I want to see what some of the other ones are. So I will still be putting time into my completed game to whatever. But now I need to customize, and what do I want to give him? As much as I'd like to do the back attack, it's a pain in the butt, and I don't have... I guess we'll just do another Wrath Hook, and we will do that and the Scorpion Tail. Simple Brazier. Brazier? I don't know how to pronounce that one. I just know it's not a bra, that's all I know. At least I would hope it's not. Just realized I kind of don't know. I'm pretty sure that's like one of those torches, is what that's supposed to be. Okay. There we go. Now let's get this other one dead. Gonna get good. Alrighty. And healing serums. Okay. Fairy drop. Good for you. Don't be a pain in the butt, Alcade. I'm gonna let this play through because I need a drink, not of coffee. Alrighty, there we go. Well, talk about disappointing. But then again, I'm used to my other game where it doesn't matter what happens. I don't have to break their I do not have to break their armor in my other game, and that I just hit Awakening and bam, they're obliterated. So, I am going to turn my headset down a little bit because even though the volume of the game, I'm guessing, is not super loud, it is really loud in my ears for whatever reason. I was on the internet. Of course, I practically live on the internet, but I was on the internet on Facebook, and I noticed that apparently people are already complaining about Tactics Ogre Remastered. I can't remember what the new subtitle for the game is, but it's not Let Us Cling Together. Again, they didn't keep that one. It's something different. But people are already complaining about it, and I haven't seen a damn thing yet as far as what the gameplay looks like or anything else. So my only thing is, like, what the hell? I guess, oh yeah, Annie, what it called, that's a dark aspected one. Anyway, they're complaining about it again for some reason. I couldn't quite understand it though. Like, yes, it's a remaster of a remaster, essentially. I understand and grasp that concept. Trying to say too many words at once. And so, fair. All of us that are gamers of any degree, in my opinion, we all have that gripe about remasters or the, handling of games, certain game series, all that good stuff from companies. Lord knows I have lots of them in regards to Square Enix and their conduct. I have lots of them in regards to Capcom and their decisions. I even have them involving some companies that I believe they've since gone under, but it's the criticism of the people who acquired their stuff, like who acquired the title rights and everything else. Like, some of it could be redone, no problem, as far as like a remaster to do pixel remaster version, essentially. Some of it could have easily updated graphics. Some of it could be taken back and rewritten to the original story and put out basically the original game as it was originally done in Japanese before the lackluster localization ruined it. And so, like, there's lots of things that could be done. There's lots of ways things could be handled. But not everyone is going to handle them very well, because we, as consumers, think of the end product and what we enjoy. Because of the way the world works and the way the system works, the company is only thinking about how to do it that it's most profitable. Kind of why those that play the mobile game Final Fantasy record keeper were shocked at the ouch, shocked at the news that in September, Final Fantasy record keeper's global division, the one that plays everywhere else outside of Japan, will be shutting down. They will stop service for that game in September. I have lots of critiques about the way the gacha system works. I've had lots of critiques with the way they constantly were redoing the system as to how it worked. But for those of us who were like me, I was a free player primarily. I did not spend a lot of money. The most money I've ever spent on the game is Final Fantasy War of the Visions, when I wanted to get all the stuff for the Final Fantasy characters they release. And I will freely admit I went overboard, spending almost $500 on the game. Because it made me happy. So, and yes, maybe that's a stupid reason, but whatever. I had the money at the time too, so I didn't think much of it. But that's a whole lot neither here nor there. I think I screwed up. Okay. Yeah, I think I really screwed up. Okay, so where are my healing items? I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this one off. Anyway, so yeah, it was a big shock, but companies don't care about the consumers for the most part. At least this is what I've noticed, and you know, I will always freely admit I'm a little bit biased, as I am an ardent socialist. I do not really like the capitalist system as it's structured, so, you know, take my opinion with a grain of salt, essentially. Or just, you know, ignore it and stick your head up your backside, because I don't want to hear your shit. This is my channel, after all. Anyway, what was that? I wonder if that was the station I'm streaming. Oh my god, you guys, really? I mean, I guess that's my fault for, you know, bringing them here, but So I just can't believe I suffered that badly. But then again, I can. So. Shallow wit. I think that's the most in one game I have ever used. That's the most in one battle I've used items of any kind. So, how many do I need to? I think I need 6 total. Yes, I know, but that's not for me. That's for Gaspard. And then might as well see about buying. She's got 1, so she just needs 5 more. And I'll definitely put that up for her. And, okay, so now we are going to go and alchemize some equipment, and then we will go ahead and see about progressing in the storyline. Because I know everybody's excited to see the next tournament match. Maybe. Death Grunty! What level is this weapon? 60. I don't think I have anything stronger, so. Anyway. What am I? Oh, I remember what I'm doing. Never mind. I'm just like, what the hell am I doing? And I guess I only needed to buy 4, because... this is about as bad as another game I was playing that I can't go into because it is rated AO. And so... regardless of that, it's just like when I was going through that and kept hitting the wrong freaking button and dying. So, we're making the wrong choices and dying, I guess.
Dragon _up_ rampage said not dragon _up_.
What was that? The text-to-speech had a hemorrhage. Naughty. Okay. Well, it's another one of those independent ones. It's like, I don't know. If you look up Stardew Valley on...
_up_ rampage said naughty.
If you look up... what is it? Morning Dew Valley, I believe it's called? Something like that. It's the same thing. Or To Trust an Incubus. It's the same kind of story. In fact, the first one there I mentioned, I actually backed that one. My name's in the credits as a backer, so that was fun. But those who know me are probably not surprised I would back something like that.
Dragon _up_ rampage said, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like Doki Doki Literature Club stuff, but a little bit more explicit. I'm not sure how explicit it is. I've never played Doki Doki Literature Club, but it's the same kind of thing. And so, yeah. But anyway, I kept dying because I couldn't keep my... I basically just couldn't do the commands properly. So, I kept getting killed by the lizard people I was trying to beat up. Anyway. The next volume, I will say this, that they do make another improvement where they...
_up_ rampage said sad.
Yeah. The next volume, they fix it that this stuff actually has a memory to it. Because I don't think they have it in this volume. Let me... It says it's set to on, but it doesn't work that well. But the next volume has a much better, like, cursor memory. than what this one does. And yeah, it's much better. It's one of those things that's like, why didn't you implement it into the frickin' remaster? But I guess because they're a little anyway. Okay, so I will go to the Chaos Shrine, give them their equipment, and then I have to log out to check my email. Okay, so here, take this, put it on, shut up. Oh no, I didn't have to give her hers. She already has it. You, take this, shut up. There you go. Clipped it right away. There you go. Alrighty, now I am logging out. And let's see what's going on. Important mail in mail station. Gee. Anyway. Alrighty, so Gaspard, I have a question. Hi, Haseo. I'm worried about Syllabus. He seems kind of down lately, and so I thought if we could have some fun together, he'd cheer up. But I don't think I can do a good job by myself. I was hoping you would help me. If you don't mind, I'd like you to sign up for the quest called The Silent Chim and invite us along. Oh, and only you can... Oh, you can only sign up for this quest at the Daldona quest shop, so don't go to the wrong one by accident. That's odd. Syllabus isn't his... Oh. Alright, so let Syllabus and Gaspard. The only good thing that I do like about this one that I can't remember the original series doing was your non-active party members, like those who you don't level with you, they will level. Player character level 65. Chim Chim's disappearing from their area. Please investigate the thing of the cause. That would be Dr. Powell? Dr. something? Kessel? So you'll be taking this quest. Please wait just a moment. Yeah, him. My name is Kubo. Dr. Kubo, that is. I've been conducting research on the cultivation of Chim Chims. However, I'm in quite a pickle, so I'd like to ask you adventurers for help. For the last 3 months, I've been using a natural cave as home for my Chim Chims to run around in. My labors have proved fruitful, and before long, my 10-odd Chim Chims have multiplied to nearly 100. However, while inspecting the cave yesterday, I realized that it was completely empty. All of my Chim Chims have disappeared. Someone has stolen the fruits of my research. This is inexcusable. I would like you all to head for that cave and get to the bottom of my missing Chim Chims. And should the culprit be revealed, I want you to pound him into the ground. Good luck. That's because he's a player character. They don't change outfits. Anyway. Alrighty. I lost my train of thought from what I was saying before I read the other stuff, so whatever I was saying, gone. Wonderful opaque yin beast. So that means there's a yang beast somewhere too, I would guess. The funny thing is that's a 4-cartridge or 4-cart train. Those don't exist anywhere else besides this dungeon. Because everywhere else in the game, they are only 3 carts. Yeah, 3 carts. Oh, I hate these. I should check Syllabus's equipment real quick to see what he's... Lord have mercy. Whoop. Not what I wanted to do, but that's fine. It's not like they're gonna die like last time. Yeet. Do I have equipment for him? I know I have at least the one that has nothing in it for him that I can customize, but do I have... I do not have any blades for him, so he is SOL on that one. Let's give him this one. We will do physical down 10% and we will do anti-sleep. Kind of weird I don't have any swords for him, but it is what it is. The funny thing is when I did this quest, I was actually listening to a story about the Mary Celeste. And I found that very comical. And the sad thing is that the Mary Celeste is... I'm not sure what the rating on this one is. It's probably rated T for teen, but the Mary Celeste is a very bizarre story. Just point blank. It is a very, very bizarre story. Yeah.
Dragon_of_rampage said, is that the ghost ship?
Actually, Mary Celeste is one of several ghost ships. So, if you'll give me a minute after this, I can check it up to be sure which one it is before I tell the story. Because I know, because of the stuff I watch, I actually know quite a few ghost ship stories, and one of them has to do with the ship being dismantled and then still floating around and everything else. So let me double check to make sure I know which story it is I'm telling, because I I have oh, there it is. Mary Celeste. It's actually in the Smithsonian. So...
Dragon_of_rampage said, yeah, I listen to some ghost story podcasts occasionally and I think one of them covered it.
Okay, so the Mary Celeste was a ship from back in the 1870s. It was a, what was it, a schooner? Schooner, something like that. Anyway, it was a small private boat. Had a crew of 10 on it. And the crew departed in, I think it was August, because I've closed it after I confirmed which one it was, and everything seemed to be good. There's no record of any kind of bad weather or anything else. 10 days later, another ship found it with everything aboard except its crew and owners, because it was, I think his name was Frederick, his wife Shelley, and their 2-year-old daughter, as well as 7 crewmates or crew members, whatever. And so nothing appeared out of the ordinary. There was no signs of a struggle. There were no bodies. There was, everything was accounted for. It wasn't pillaged. So the Mary Celeste wound up getting salvaged by this British, I believe, a British military vessel. And by salvaged, I mean they got on there, took it apart for what they could, and basically left it. Well, it wound up drifting along, and it was found later, and the people who salvaged it were arrested under the initial pretext of suspicion of murder. Well, after a full investigation was done, they couldn't determine what happened to it. So as a result, the people who salvaged it wound up getting money back from it, but they only got 1/6 of the value, which was, the original value was $46,000 at the time, which was a huge, absolutely enormous amount of money. But the Mary Celeste, they've never been able to figure out what happened to it. There was another one that was and I can't remember the name of it. Maybe if you can, you can tell me. But there's another one that suffered a similar fate, except it was a much longer space of time. So in that situation, what it was a former military ship that had been decommissioned and sold off. When it was sold off, it was sold to a private person, and they wound up renaming the ship to take basically the ship, when it was in the military, had as a troublesome history for weird things going on with it. But anyway, the person ran it. It was just him and his, I want to say it was his wife, but maybe it was his girlfriend at the time. But they were on it. Everything was fine, and they set out for basically set out for a voyage. Well, after a week, nobody heard anything from it, and they found, people were starting to get suspicious, because it's like, well, they would have made contact with us by now. Well, finally, a month went by, and that was at the point I think it was the Coast Guard got involved. They couldn't find the ship anywhere at all. And so they determined that something happened, they must have hit a storm somewhere that wasn't reported, and as a result, the ship was lost at sea. Well, that was all said and good until about 10 years later, when the ship drifted into the waters of, I want to say it drifted into the U.S. waters, but I can't be sure off the top of my head now. And they couldn't get anybody to respond to it. Well, they wound up boarding the ship, and it was completely deserted. Nobody there, no signs of a struggle. Everything that should have been on the ship, saying that, the people are on a voyage, was there. So that, I can't remember what the name of that ship was, but that was another situation like the Mary Celeste, that, the ship disappeared and was found later, but it was strangely in, ship shape, as they would say, with no signs of the humans that were originally on the crew, or on the deck or whatever. So yeah, I want to say there's another one, but it was a submarine, but that one I can't remember very well off the top of my head. Oh, Razor's Edge, good job.
Dragon_up_rampage said Squipit.
Squipit? Spoopy, okay. I keep forgetting that what you call it here for the text-to-speech does not translate all of the words properly because, it uses traditional English instead of modern English. Anyway, yeah, and just sitting here thinking about this stuff and
underscore rampage said yeah haha.
Just sitting here thinking, like, there's lots of stuff that I know like that, and it's like, well, no wonder I am always so down in that, but that wouldn't cause my depression. But anyway, where it wouldn't cause, like, spikes or valleys or whatever it is like I had last night, whatever. But I do know lots of, quote-unquote spooky stories from being around on YouTube for hours and hours and hours. Because if it's not, scary, historical mysteries, it's historical murders. So, like, I am a walking whatever of useless information when it comes to that sort of stuff. But, I'm trying to think. I mean, I'm sure all of us remember. Actually, if you think about it too, we actually did learn about a spooky historical event when we were in school, or at least I did. We learned about the lost colony of Roanoke. To this day, they still don't have any for sure idea what happened to the people that were there. So.
Dragon _of_ rampage said yet I listened to Mr. Ballin on YouTube at work. I love that story.
I'm gonna open my thing because it apparently will only translate so much because it's whatever. Okay, so where is that on my... Oh, I can't see that because it's already passed. But anyway, yeah, I'll open it in my phone. Aw, Death No left and didn't say goodnight. Okay. Mr. Ball. Okay, that is Mr. Ballin. But yeah, who do I...
Dragon _of_ rampage said I just think depression is a consequence of intelligence.
I would say I don't understand why I'm so depressed, because I don't understand why my depression kicks up because I'm not that smart, but no, I'm not going this way. I want to get the rest of the stuff here. I'm smarter than I give myself credit for always, it seems, and yeah, so I believe it. But, so there is... Trying to think here. As far as YouTube, Briefcase, he does like old.
Rampage said
I'm a smart ass maybe. But anyway, there's Briefcase, he does like really old, I'm talking like 1800s, solved or unsolved murders, or murders that were initially solved and then realized, yeah, no, we were wrong. We hung the wrong person, essentially. There is... of course, there's Ask a Mortician, Caitlin Doherty. She does certain videos, like her Iconic Corpse videos and the Ask a Mortician videos, where she'll talk about various odds and ends. That's how that's how I came to know the history of what actually happened to the Romanoff family, because I did not know. I just knew because I was little at the time. I just remember the things about, Anastasia escaped and everything else, but, I learned about Lady Di, DAI, the Marquis of Shang's wife. I learned about her actually before she started making her rounds on Facebook recently. The Mirabelle sisters, which they were, yeah. So there's lots of, but anyway, there's her, so Briefcase, Ask a Mortician, Crime Reel, he does more modern stuff. He's covered things that have happened more recently, and he does a lot of stuff from overseas. There's also Coffee House Crime. His name is Adrian. He does more modern stories. Like all of the ones he's done recently have been since the 1990s. Some of them I remember hearing about, to my surprise, because I don't pay attention to that stuff, but he does a lot of like international ones. There's a couple he's done that are absolutely sad because they're unsolved, but yet it seems like there's enough in the case for something to be done. So there's Top 5 Unknowns. They're very, very, very hit and miss in my opinion, because the guy who does the narration is wonderful, but I think the people he works for in regards to that aspect are not. Like, I don't think they put in enough research, because some of them, sometimes they'll redo the same story within a 6-month span, but each one has different details, newer details, omitted details from the previous story, and so, like, yeah. So, like, I do all sorts of stuff, you know, I watch all sorts of stuff like that. So... This is the only time this Chim Chim appears, by the way. But we don't actually fight him. We fight him the same way we fight any Chim Chim. We kick it. Kick the Chim Chim. Assassin Dad, I believe is what it's called. You defeated the Assassin Dad. It's done. I should go back to the request shop and report. You're kidding. You say that a giant Chim assassin had found its way into my cave? I completely forgot about the existence of outside enemies when putting together my cultivation plant. I still have many things I need to research. I'm still far from creating anything practical. But you discovered the problem that even I, a trained professional, could not. Perhaps you have some sort of talent when it comes to Chim Chims. What do you think? How would you like to work for me part-time? There's something I want your help with. My house is in Macanu's Mercenary District. Come see me anytime you like. We'll go over the details when you do. Farewell. Bam. When Kun first made Canard, we used to protect beginners from PKers. And now we can log out. Important unread messages. Campaign start. Dear Haseo, thank you for your regular patronage of the world. This is to inform you that you can now participate in the campaign known as Chim's Kick, or for details, please talk to the NPC client Dr. Kubo. Dr. Kubo's house is in Macanu's Mercenary District. That was fun, thanks a lot. To tell you the truth, I've been feeling conflicted since I watched your arena battle the other day. You and Adley looked so alive out there. Still, the arena is not the only adventure this place has to offer, and we can always hang out like we just did. I feel like an idiot worrying about it now. Thanks for helping me realize something important. I really appreciate it. Feels kind of strange to say something like that now. Well, see you around. Dear Haseo, thank you for your regular patronage of the world. Your semifinal tournament has been decided. Arena Tournament, Holy Palace. Semifinals, Team Haseo, leader Haseo, versus Ginza, leader Nala. We request that all those participating in the tournament register for their fights at the arena counter. I just realized I changed my voice when I was reading some of that. Okay. Oh, party. Alrighty, work menu 2 town Lumina cloth. Omega server. Doo-doo. Alright, yeah, I know I won't be able to save or retire, so... Alrighty. Opponent info. Team's information focused on defense. All members are fighter types, so spells work well. Nala's defense is high, so be cautious. I thought he was a higher level than this. I guess I was wrong. Alrighty.
So, do you often talk with Nala?
No, not really. We're in different units, so we don't get many chances.
Ichi.
There's no telling what he's thinking. Better not let my guard down.
Don't worry, now that we've trained together, I know we can take on anybody without a problem. What does she mean by that, Haseo?
You know.
What were you two doing while I was off getting better?
Come on. You couldn't log in, right? So,
We did really hot, super secret training, just Haseo, is that true?
well, you see,
It is true, isn't it?
yeah.
I see. Well, isn't that just fantastic?
Hey now, don't go getting yourself all worked up by jumping to conclusions.
I want you to know I'm really glad to have met you.
Hmm.
Hey, it's time. Come on, let's go. Moontree's 4th unit leader. Can't ask for a more worthy opponent than that.
No, but we wind up getting one eventually. I mean, technically, his PC exists outside the parameters of the game, so. Bok, 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 bok. No, that's not. I don't know how to make. I don't know what sound a hawk makes. Middle-aged star himself. Okay. That's the pot calling the kettle black in Terry's. You realize that. All right, that limits my distractions. That's what I was going to say. And I couldn't attack anymore because,
This guy didn't
yeah.
become fourth unit leader for nothing.
So, can't let ourselves lose. I'm gonna finish it now. He opened himself up on purpose.
It's over! The match is over! This extreme battle of wits and wills was won by the unstoppable Team Haseo!
He stopped keeping company with one such as her. I didn't ask for her opinion. What's happened to you, Lord Sagaki? You don't act at all like you used to. This is pathetic. Funny seeing a pansy like you act so unmanly. What was that?
No, she doesn't.
Then return to headquarters. What's wrong, AIDA? Very well, as you wish.
Why not just cut him off? That stupid pansy's no good for anything anyway.
But there is a use for everyone.
And I'm just another one you found a use for, huh? Oh, don't worry. I really don't care one way or another if I'm a pawn or whatever it is. I don't care what I'm known as, as long as I get to bring him down.
Stubbornness, grudges, distractions. An exceptionally strong mind is needed to control AIDA.
Acquired 400 WP for winning. Rough Buddha and a Jade Dragon Eye.
We've got the final match coming up next. If we win that, then we can fight against Sirius. I get the feeling that I'll be able to talk with them once we're in the arena. So let's just be damn sure to win next time. All right, Haseo?
Alrighty, so this is perhaps my least favorite part about the game, honestly, is the logging in and out. My back must be buggered because my shoulder just popped doing that. Let's do some special training. Haseo, it's not fair for you to only go off on special training without Kate. Let's go to Theta Lingering Aching Love so we can do our own training. Just the two of us. Today's words are the best piece of work, remember? Just the two of us. Got that? Adelaide.
I'm getting the feeling I should just go along. Feel lingering aching love, huh?
Hey, Haseo, you're late.
What is okay?
I happened to be passing by when I saw Adelie making preparations to go adventuring. So I decided to go along with her. Haseo, why don't you come?
Looks like I have no choice but to bring out Kate along too.
Yeah. I'll go. I'll definitely go. I'll be right there. Don't go away. Thanks for inviting me. I'll be there right away. Alrighty. Oh, it's almost 1 o'clock. My, how the day flies. Actually, it's not flying that bad, but or that fast. Something like that.
Alright, this is a boss tank mission. We'll just go take out the boss shown on the map.
Cause it doesn't pay you to be jealous, Adelie. It doesn't pay at all. Okay.
This is a full strength.
There we go. Alright, back off. Made it go Hydra. Cut it off. It's hard to catch these things on the bike, honestly, but let's do a recovery set again. Okay. And okay, so I do want to go up this way and around, and wasn't sneaky enough. Drat. What is her strategy set to? Life, okay. We will set her to free will, and same for Alcade. It's one of those things that doesn't necessarily make too much of a difference, since I'm over leveled, but it's enough that, you know, help manage SP and, you know, prevent the fight from carrying on too long. I want cake. Actually, I want cheesecake is what I want. Hellfire Quake. Excuse me. And that's exactly what an awakening is supposed to do. It's 19. Says who? Oh well. Can't do it all perfectly all the time. Oh, so you stole my money from me, eh? Didn't even give it to me back. Oh, these are some of the more annoying creatures in the game. Oh, my foot went to sleep while I was sitting like that. Okay. So, anyway, I know I started late, and we'll go. Oh, still not awake. Still not awake. But anyway, we will go to the end of this dungeon, and then I think I will call it for the day for this stream, and let's go from there. I have, because right now, I don't know if I mentioned this at the top of the stream or not, but I have pretty much little and less to do until the 25th or so, when I actually go back to work, because at the moment I am another 10 days out from going back to work. Whoop. Sorry, my butt. And so basically I am not going back to work until the 25th. So I've gotten things arranged, gotten people off my back. Only a few of you might understand that reference, but it's whatever. And I will try to stream a bit more often. I'm looking to probably stream in the evenings. Maybe. Because, you know, I have friends that are streaming usually late. Well, not late into the night, but late into the day, their time, which is usually Eastern, so I don't want to, like, basically, I don't want to detract from any of their potential traffic, not that I will, because they're far more entertaining and popular than I am. But I would rather be there to support them still, and all that other happy stuff. So we'll see about doing something, and I will try to quit saying I will see about doing, when I get to this, when I get to that, because I am just obviously not doing well with that concept right now. But I have plans. I've been writing stuff down. I just, got to get off my backside and learn how to do things, and basically just feel better in general. And I think most of us as adults can understand that struggle, because it's not a situation of feeling better. Oh, I never got one of those in my other game. Not that it matters now. It's not a situation of physically feeling better. It's a situation of feeling, I'm not going to worry about that barrel, mentally feeling better. So I was right behind it. How did it see me? Got eyes in, well, I guess its eyes are on the side of its head instead of in the front. So anyway, yeah, because I would like to start putting stuff up on my YouTube. I would really like to start putting stuff up on my YouTube and that, but I gotta have the content ready and made and all that other stuff. And then, would you quit stealing my money? A-hole. Steals 10,000 gil, or gil? Gold, whatever. Every time it does that.
Okay, tough guys, bring it on.
So roar! There you go. Anyway. Well, you can't exactly reason with them, Adelaide. Also, this isn't Final Fantasy X, so they don't have a bribe option. Last leaf. Grimoire Angel. And we'll get this treasure box up here. God, I have some terrible luck trying to ambush these things sometimes. Rough Buddha. Buddha, Buddha, Buddha. Nutcracker. Got it. Anyway. But anyway, so as it was alluded to in the game, after this will be a little bit more story stuff, and then we will be fighting in the final match to have a discussion with Sirius and see about what exactly is biting him that he's behaving in such a way. You know, because after all, poor Alcade, she's upset. She's so upset. Oh, which way is the face on this thing? Hold on. What an unfortunate creature, because this is the first time I've ever actually noticed the fact that it does have hands. They're just bound behind its back. Oh, Apcorv, Apcorma. And Defense Buddha.
I'm impressed. That was some good fighting there. Oh, you were great as ever, huh, Sid?
Getting along after all.
Not because they want to. Well, kind of do, but. First word, radiant. Alrighty, so now that we have that done, alrighty. So, thank you everyone for joining me today. I have greatly appreciated it. It's been nice to have people to actually chit-chat with and interact with while I am streaming. It is... Yeah. I wish you would have told me, Dargan, that I'm not very well visible at the moment. Because I'm used to the sun making me look very pale. So... There we go. Anyway. Ugh. Close that down. But anyway, so yeah, I do... What was I going to say? I do apologize for, being late and all that, but the important thing had to be done, of course. I mean, I even left my ringer on and got this crap scared out of me while I was expecting the call. So, but that being said, thank you for joining me today. I've had a lot of fun. I hope you have too. I know it wasn't a whole lot, because as much as I would like to say this is a very heavily intense fighting kind of level building game, it's not really, because you've got to play through the story, and the story kind of dragged its backside, much to my dismay, and probably the dismay of others, especially those who maybe remember how much combat was actually included in the first 4, and maybe I'm remembering wrong because it was about 18 years ago that I played those first 4. So, at least I think it was. I don't know. I don't have any clear memories. I remember telling my mother at like 11 o'clock at night that I managed to finish the first disc after hours and hours of grinding, and then an hour fighting Scaife. So, but anyway, that all being said, I can't thank you guys enough for it. I will be back for sure on Friday with more Final Fantasy II. We will be going to the Mysidia Tower to find Minwu and the Ultimatome and getting into some trouble there. I will try to be here in the next 2 days as well, doing something, a little something to break up the tedium in my routine. If I can. If I can't, well, it is what it is, I guess. And yeah. So, as always, if you aren't already following me on Twitch, please hit the follow button. On YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe. Turn on the hit the like button for the stream. Hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell icon and select your method of notification. So, in the meantime, this has been Rogue, and I am signing out for the day. Peace.